Hello guys, today I want to introduce you a brand new text component with multi-language support in ADALO. It currently supports up to 3 different languages. For example, I picked Russian, English and Spanish. So what we need to do at first is go to our users database and create there a new text field. I'm gonna call it LAN. In that field we will store current user's language. Next thing we need to do is create a method to change user's language. In that case I created 3 different buttons. All they do is just update the text field LAN in user's collection and put there some string, for example an abbreviation of the language. In Russian it's RU, in English it's EN, and in Spanish it's ES. Okay, now let's take a look at the component. It has 4 areas. In the first area we can see one text field and a color, in which our text will be dyed. In the text field we input current user's language from database. Our input logged in user's LAN field. Another 3 areas are made for each language, but required are only 2. Third one is optional. All of them have only 2 text fields, one for language abbreviation and one for the text which will be shown. Language abbreviation in first text field has to be exactly the same as the button put in our user's database LAN field. When they are not the same, text component will show -1. This error code means that there is a problem to compare LAN field and language abbreviation. Now let's watch at our text component in action. It dynamically changes the text which needs to be shown. Of course, it can be made in ADALO without that component by adding 3 different text labels and using show sometimes visibility tool. But that method has a big problem. First problem is the fact that you have to create 3 versions of every single text in your app, which will take very much time. Second one is the problem that labels may flow somewhere after hiding and showing. Screen will be twitching and user may not understand what is generally happening. Third problem is that in heavy app, every use of sometimes visible action will cause a very big lag, because it has to hide and show multiple items. And now let's talk about the last but most important problem. Let's simulate a situation. You are creating a social network app with multiple language support, and they are not only the text labels which you fill by yourself. Users of your app can create posts and make a blog. For example, one of the user's native language is Spanish, but post creator doesn't know Spanish and translated his post only into languages. When Spanish-speaking user will try to look at this post, he won't see anything, because ADALO hided English, but it has nothing to show in Spanish. Multi-language text components solved all of the problems. You don't have to create multiple labels. All the text is in one. Screen won't be twitching, because you don't have to hide anything. There won't be any lag, because component calculates what it needs to show exactly in code. But what happened with the last problem? Let's try to remove Spanish text from our component. Now we have English translation. Russian works perfectly. Now let's take a look at Spanish. It still shows English translation. How does it work? Besides the fact that language areas are named in ascending order, they have their own priorities. When text component has nothing to show, it will try to show the text which is in highest priority. In that case, it's English. Now let's try to remove an English translation. In that case, every translation will show Russian version. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got interested, you can write me in Telegram or in private messages in ADALO forum and buy this component.